Hey, good morning to you. I pray that you are inside where it's warm and you're safe, that you stay out of this unless you have to get out in it. But I want to share with you out of Acts chapter 9 this morning, 6 verses about a changed life, about the heart. It says in verse 1, Then Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked letters from him to synagogues of Damascus, that he found any who were of the way, whether men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. As he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly a light shone around him from heaven. Then he fell to the ground and heard a voice saying to him, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? And he said, Who are you, Lord? Then the Lord said, I am Jesus whom you are persecuting. It is hard for you to kick against the goads. So he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Then the Lord said to him, Arise and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do. This passage, chapter 9, has so much in it, but just in these first 6 verses, I want you to see that Saul, we see him holding the coats a little earlier when they stoned Stephen, and now he's still breathing threats and murder against all of those who follow Jesus. He is totally opposed. He's grown up in Jew and knows all the law, so he's turned against them. He's gotten a letter to go to Damascus, and then we see this major event. The light shines. He is struck to the ground. He hears the voice speaking, Why are you persecuting me? I know you may have heard this many, many times, but when we persecute a believer, when we persecute another person, we are persecuting Jesus Christ. And then he said, Who are you? And he said, I am Jesus. Friends, I pray that you've had that face-to-face experience with Jesus. It is the way that draws us to salvation. But I want you to catch what it says in verse 5, this last part. I am Jesus whom you are persecuting. Now listen to this sentence. It is hard for you to kick against the goads. That says that Jesus knows the internal struggle that Saul, soon to be Paul, is going through. How he is struggling with his faith and his relationships and wanting to please God and not knowing how. And he is, and the Holy Spirit is drawing him, and he knows what the undertone of the law is and how it is to love one another and care. And he says, Saul, it's hard for you to go against what you know you need to do. And so Saul says, what do you want me to do? Arise and go into the city, and you'll be told what you must do. Friends, we need to humble ourselves to that point that we're willing to say, Lord, what do you want me to do? And we obey and we do what he tells us. This is a beautiful story. It talks about how no one is so bad that God can't save them. No one is so far away that Jesus won't reach out to them through the Holy Spirit and speak to them. And so we see this passage as the turning point in Saul's life. I pray today that you will be safe once again, and that you will consider your life, and if you've not made that turn, to make that turn and follow Jesus. I pray that he will continue to speak to you through the Holy Spirit as you serve him, as you reach out to others. And just know that at Westview, we're here for you. Please check on the widows, the orphans, the ones next door and around the corner who may need milk, bread, or just be snowed in today. Check on them and let them know that they're important and that you're there to help them. Know that we love you. You have a great day, and God bless.